ಕೃಷ್ಣೇಗೌಡ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣೇಗೌಡ್ರೆ
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್. ಹೌದು,
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ. 97 ಆಯ್ತು
ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಇದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಇದು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಾ ಸರ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗೆ?
ನನ್ನ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಹಾಕಿ.
ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಮೇಲಿಂದ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಕಳಿಸಿ ನಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಒಂದ್ 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಲೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಓಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿ.
ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಿ.
ಸರ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. ಹುಡುಗರು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, 100 ಆದ್ರು.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Sir. Good morning to everyone. Myself Anasuya, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Saptagiri College of Engineering. And today's Day 4 Phase 2 Induction Program. A warm welcome to our guest, Srinivas TV, and all the HODs and all the faculty members and the students. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Srinivas TV and speaker. That is, he has completed his BE Mechanical Engineering and MTech Manufacturing. He is a certified master black belt with more than 18 years of experience to provide excellence in business-oriented projects, working towards business consultant and 2,000 plus Lean Six Sigma professionals, and his business experience work towards non-profitable business projects. His main motto towards transformation projects stretches to the lives of the common man. Working experience includes as an assistant manager at Bosco 2003 to 2011, senior consultant at Wipro Process Excellence, worked as a consultant manager for the year 2011 to 14, and Cognizant 2014 to 2015, and he also worked as a global health manager at a Havlet Packed Experience 2015 to 2017, worked as a founder and CEO at present, Exergy 2007 to present day. And he is mainly expertised in some of the areas which includes process consulting, operations consulting, Lean Six Sigma consulting, lean process designs, business consulting, digital consulting, and Lean TOC coach Cajun facilitations. And sir is mainly expertised and interested to work in manufacturing, automotive, IT, ITEC, BPO, BPS, service, banking, finance, food processing, pharmaceutical, and supply chain. And a very warm welcome and greeting for the 4th day, second phase student induction program, our Srinivas sir, who is delivering a topic on what takes to be a good engineer, as our students are in the process of procuring their degrees, and I think it plays a very important role. And a warm welcome to our chief guest and speaker, Srinivas TV sir.
Yeah. So can I get started?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay. Thank you, Anasuya, for that wonderful introduction. It's a pleasure to be at Saptagiri College of Engineering and also talk to the young students, right? Young minds. I'm glad I got this invite from Raghavan Deshpande. So Raghavan Deshpande was my colleague or my classmate during my our MTech during our MTech. Okay, so both of us have a strong connection to go, and I mean way back to 2003, and so we had a good time during our MTech. Okay, so now I'm here with the topic of what it takes to be a good engineer. Okay, so you like it or not, I'm sure all of you are admitted as engineers now, right? You study your mechanical engineering this year. I'm sure maybe 4 years down the line you'll be an engineer for sure. Okay, like the way doctors get their doctorate, doctor, as a tagline, the moment they complete their medicine. So you'll also be an engineer, the time you complete your engineering. Okay, at the end of 4 years, some might take bit longer time, because of various reasons, but that's okay. That's not a big deal actually. But you'll be an engineer at the end of your this graduation for sure, right? Yes, engineer is common. Okay, but what is important is how do you become a good engineer? Okay, so for next 30 to 40 minutes, what I'll be calling out or what I'll be talking about is what I've seen in my last 18 years of corporate experience. I've seen decent number of engineers. I've seen both the good engineers and also not so good engineers. Okay, so you are at the verge of starting your engineering degree, right? Just 4 days, I think, right? I heard it is a fourth day, correct? So I think it's important for you to learn what it takes to be a good engineer. Okay, yeah. So in case if you have any questions, maybe you can stop me right there and ask me. I'm open to take any questions, but in case if I see that okay, this time is getting consumed, maybe I'll go to ask you to ask the question later. Okay, yeah, let's get started. Okay, as and so, yeah, madam, introduce me. I'm Srinivas, and I'm a B mechanical and an MTech in manufacturing science. I completed my MTech in 2003-4, a post which I worked with companies like Bosch, which is one of the well-known automotive company. I was there for a very long time of close to 8 years. In a post which I moved to Wipro consulting service as a consulting as a senior consultant. Then I worked with Cognizant, during which I got an opportunity to work with some of the big companies, some of your favorite companies like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google. Just give me a minute, please. Switch off the fan, please. Yeah. So this is some of the your known, well-known companies, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google. So I was able to do consulting for them. So after which I joined HPE as a global head in business excellence and analytics. Okay, this is my short career, corporate career post, which I started my own company. I mean, what Madam introduced me just only part of one company, but I have multiple other ventures as well. Which I've been managing it from quite some time. Okay, almost this is a 4th year in operation as an entrepreneur. So I'm handling it now, all my other verticals as well. Good. So this was a short introduction. The reason why I called out this introduction, especially because to let you know that though I'm a mechanical engineer, hardcore manufacturing engineer, but I was able to translate myself to different field. It doesn't mean that you need to do that. But what is important is if you're a good engineer and if you're able to have the engineering skills, you'll be able to migrate yourself to various industries. When Madam called out, she called out the field that I want to work in, right? So many of the fields are actually totally new to me. Like example, food processing industry, BPO, BPS. Okay, and maybe ITS. I'm not an IT graduate, but I worked with IT and ITS companies from past almost a decade now. I've been still working with IT and ITS companies to help them to do better. Okay, yeah. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Good. So the first and the foremost important aspect to be a good engineer is be strong on your basics. So this is a time where you're about to enter your first year of engineering. So make sure you learn your fundamentals very, very strong. This is utmost important. I have seen this is one of the biggest differentiator between a good engineer and not so good engineer, because good engineers are always strong on basics, and the best time to build your basics is now. Okay, so what you'll be learning in your first year, okay, trust me, you'll be using those knowledge throughout your career as well. I still recollecting a lot of things what we learned in first and second semester. A lot of formulas, a lot of because I work in some statistical field as well, so recollecting a lot of formulas as well, right? So and a lot of electronic, though you're a mechanical engineer, you might be coming across some electronic subject, some electrical subject, chemistry, physics, right? All these are very, very basics. Okay, the one who are strong on basics go a long way in engineering. There could be any number of times in your entire journey. Okay, you might be just roll up your arms, irrespective of your role, irrespective of position. Okay, you may need to start doing the basics. The way now you can just look at this picture, right? Very successful looks like, at least the image says so. Okay, I hope you're able to see my screen, right? Yeah. let me know in case if you're not able to see my screen. Yeah, so here's a successful, maybe, towards his, mid of his career or towards the end of his career, but he's still, is doing his basics. If required, he is able to get onto, the drawing board, and he is able to draw himself. So this shows that this is only possible when you are able to build it now. So if you're able to build a strong basics now, I'm sure this is going to be a long-lasting, memory for you, and you can recollect this information at your will. Whether just simple example, be it an engineering drawing, which you'll be learning in this particular semester, okay, or it could be, a programming that you're going to learn, right? So whether you want to get into IT, whether you want to get into manufacturing, whether you want to get into any other field, okay, you still need to learn this basics well. Okay, and make sure you do that. This is a year, this is a pandemic year. We all know that learning, is slightly maybe has taken, a hit for sure, because physical learning is always the best way of learning. But having said that, you also have an opportunity to maybe learn more this time, in order to cut down your Bangalore traffic hours, right? I'm sure you've taken at least 1 or 2 hours to go to college, correct? And maybe chit chat with friends, and a lot of time would have wasted there, right? So use the time, now, and build your basics. Go around the topics that are taught to you. Research more now. Unlike a decade or 2 decades back, when everything was more of a textbook now, but nowadays it's more of internet, digital world, right? You got all the information in the digital world. Okay, so do some research, okay, and get some insight, and learn those fundamentals very, very well. It's very important. Okay, this is your starting of the year, starting of your fresh graduation, irrespective of irrespective of score that you had in your PU or throughout your career. You can actually, even in case if you had a bad, not so good scores, but you can utilize that by building your strong career right in this year. Okay, whenever you have any doubt, please reach out to your teachers. Okay, get clarified. Do not leave anything not getting anything, not having a clarity by end of this year. Okay, I'm sure this will also going to help you get a good marks, because the moment you build a strong fundamentals, which is the first year and second year, this is going to be a phenomenal game changer for you in your exams. This is also going to boost your going forward your third and fourth year as well, right? Okay, yeah. And strong basics define the height of your success, because I've seen this interacting with various engineers across my span of 18 years. I've seen all the people who have grown to the top of the career, either vice presidents or directors or VPs. I've seen them one thing: they're very, very strong on the fundamentals. They're not on a 30,000 feet level. They go to the basics. They're able to solve the basic problems as well. Okay, yeah. So this is the first point I would like to give you. I just have 5 pointers, not more than that. I just have 5 pointers. Okay, so please do bear with me for until I finish my 5 points. Okay, yeah, good. The next question, being an engineer, you got to be questioning the status quo. Okay, you should not be the one who should be getting compromised like any others. So we are the creators of the world. Take a pride in that. Okay, it's engineers are the one who create. Not necessarily they carry engineering degree. Not everyone who carry engineering degree, but I'm sure there are many creators. Like simple example, right? In this pandemic world, we have this oxygen shortage. Correct, and many people have come up with various modes of generating oxygen and delivering it to the needy one, right? So they're also engineers, correct? They may not have a tagline, but you have a tagline as well. So you got to be questioning the status quo. You got to be questioning, why is it like this? Okay, you don't get compromised with whatever we have. That is that should be for somebody else to get compromised and to just go with the flow. Okay, you got to be thinking, how can I change it? How can I make a difference? Okay, don't stick again to the manufacturing, and don't stick again to the mechanical, right? Think about everything that is there around the world. Okay, and when you just go to a bank, if maybe the long waiting, I just understand why there's a waiting in the bank. How can you how you can actually contribute? Okay, and how you can give ideas and reach out to the the head of the bank and start giving ideas, start talking about them. Okay, so do not go with the current status quo. Always question the status quo. Okay, one question: if not engineers, if not you, who else should do it, right? Correct. Yeah, this is very important. Got to be question the status quo. Start doing it from today. Why is it like this? Why not another way around? Okay, and how about learning in different ways rather than one way? Correct. And as I told you in the previous slide, get strong on the basics. When you get strong on the basics, you will get a lot of questions. Okay, you got to be experimenting. You got to be learning through experience. So when you do that, you will have a strong foundation, and you'll also have a strong reasoning skills, questioning skills, reasoning skills. I mean, I still remember, I do consulting for various companies today. Okay, one of the easiest, question what, all the VPs and directors, all the big head of the companies have is very simple: why, what, where, when, how. Okay, the question is, what is the problem? Okay, you can remember this 4W1H. What is the problem? Okay, why do you think this is a problem? Okay, from when is a problem? Okay, why, and then how it can be done, how it can be resolved, or how is it being done today? Okay, so any leaders ask these questions. Why? They put a question mark. Why, what, where, when. If you can get answer for any of the problem, so you'll be able to get some solutions as well. Okay, so start questioning the status. So start building these habits from right now. Okay, you might be asked, you might be wondering, sir, did you do it from your day one of your college? No, I was not taught these things when I was fresh engineer like you. Okay, you are taught today. Okay, I mean, we picked up somewhere on the way. We understood, okay, this is what is required. We picked up on the way, but you're being told today. Okay, so make sure you start getting this habit, getting into the culture of questioning the status quo. Don't get compromised, guys. Okay, you can make revolutionary thing. I'm sure you have seen many companies in the world which are doing extremely well. Simple example, say Narayan Murthy, Azim Premji, these are big hot shots. They change the entire India software business altogether. So they question, okay, if they would not question, why not we do it, why can't we do it, then maybe we wouldn't have been having a massive company like Infosys and Wipro today, right? And they're given so much of employment to so many people. I just two example: Ratan Tata, Ambani's, correct? So many business magnates have this habit of questioning, and they they change the entire perception in the world, right? So start questioning, and you should start getting this habit, getting this culture from what go. If you can embrace this culture now, okay, as you go along, it will be easy for you in terms of you becoming a good engineer and asking questions. Okay, the status quo, and also you anticipating the questions from your managers or the leaders, or from your superiors or seniors, right? It's going to help you a big time. Okay, yeah, this is my second hack for you. Third hack for you is think about things differently. Okay, there is always a number of ways to solve a problem. Okay, it's not always about the finding the right solution. It's about the path of finding finding the right solution. Okay, do not hesitate, do not be afraid of failures. You're going to fail. There's nobody in the world who can say that I've been succeeding from the day one of my career. No, that's not going to happen. Or day one of my life, that's not going to happen. If that is if that is the case, then you would have learned. Correct? You wouldn't have learned for sure. Correct? Yeah. So we learn through failures. We got to learn through failures. And when we learn, when we fail, we got to think how we should not be doing that same mistake again. Okay, and not necessarily that we have always the right solution, always we'll be able to find a right answer for many questions. Okay, so we'll be able to definitely find many ways of doing it. Just simple example, right? What are the different ways of going from Bangalore to Delhi? There are many modes. You can go via car, you can go via plane, you can go via bus, you can go via train. Okay, which is the best solution? Depend on what you want. You want to reach faster, go by a plane. You just want to have a vacation type of a journey, go by your own car. Okay, if money is a constraint for you, maybe you need to catch a train. Correct. Okay, and for any problem that you get, got to be starting thinking differently. When I say think differently, it doesn't mean that, okay, your friends are thinking in one direction, you want to be standard. No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about, put forth your idea, put forth your thoughts. Okay, don't hesitate to, oh, what will other person think if I call out, oh, this is so stupid, this is so silly, this is so, simple one. I was one of those guys. I was one of that person, where I was not calling out all my answers. Maybe by the time I reached to MTech, I was good. But during my engineering, I was hesitant. I come from very humble background, from very humble village, from Chittorgarh district. Okay, I was afraid. I was afraid of, I was thinking differently, but I was not calling out those thoughts. Okay, then I realized that I think I should have been doing it, from day one, because my thoughts were valid. But I was not calling out, because of which entire, the atmosphere was not, getting my thoughts. Maybe for I still, I mean, just give simple, understanding, right? When we collect with alumni of, engineering and, or MTech, or any that alumni you connect. Okay, the whatever you guys are today, will be remembered for rest of your life. I was a shy guy when I was, in the first year, second year, third year of engineering, right? So those things I still remembered, and I was not calling out my thoughts. And maybe and now I feel that yes, if at all I would have called out, maybe I would have built a better perception among the people. And also, I was afraid of my failures. Okay, then later realize that yes, everybody failed. There's nobody who's be able to, succeed in everything they do. None of us, all of you as well, correct? We all failed. We all learn from the failures. We got to start thinking differently. How do we overcome those failures? Okay, it's not it. Remember this. Doesn't matter whether you get your solution right, answer right. Okay, but dare to think differently. I hope you got this message. Thinking different. As an engineer, you got to be thinking different. As I covered already, the status quo. Okay, when you question the status quo, okay, start putting some ideas, start putting some thoughts, start putting, how about doing like this, how about doing like this, how about doing like this. Maybe you might be copying something, a good practice in one area to another area. Why not? What can we do like this? Now it is being done like this in some other place. Can I also replicate the same thing here? Okay, simple example is when we just go to ATMs, or or when we buy something, we just tap or credit cards or debit cards, the money get directed the account, right? How about enabling the same feature or BMTC travel, Bangalore, public transport that we have? How about enabling the same feature when we tap our debit card or a credit card? How about money getting directed to the BMTC account? Why we need to pay the money and keep exchanging the money with the conductor? Okay, so this is a simple thought. So when you're able to pay the money with just a tap of the card, in to a merchant, to a shopkeeper, how about paying the money to a BMTC conductor but just by tapping the card? Think about different things differently, right? Now today we are exchanging a lot of money, and there is a lot of leakage of money. I had a lot of work on this sector. I try to understand. Let me give some numbers today, right? Maybe you think about how you can think differently and come out with a new solution. I'll give you some numbers. These numbers are there in public field. This is not my numbers. You can just Google about BMTC. You'll be able to get this number. BMTC generate 5 crore revenue every day. 5 crore. Okay, don't say wow, there's nothing wow about it. They lose 7 crore. So every day they lose 2 crore. These numbers are there in the public world. We just happen to, I just happened to get this information for some reason. I hooked onto it. I ran behind this entire government, helping them understand how they can fix this, how they can save those 2 crore. give them various ideas. All the majority of the ideas came from copying some of the ideas from a different sector to this sector. Give them an idea about how just by a tap of a card they can just get in and get out. Then people told me, yeah, this is there in Singapore. We have seen this in Singapore. My question, okay, if you have seen this in Singapore, why didn't you guys tell it to the government of Karnataka? Right? Why didn't you express it? Correct. And we give them ideas about how buses are, sometimes you see one bus is completely packed. The behind that there's a bus which is completely free. So we give them ideas about how they can actually reduce this, how they can actually balance it out, how they can optimize the route. There are many times we see buses going empty, how they can optimize that. So we get thoughts around this into the government of Karnataka. What did we get? We didn't get anything. That's okay. But yes, we are able to think differently, and we're able to tell them what they can do to make it better. Okay, opportunities exist. India is a land of opportunities. India is a land of problems. You're happy about it, you're unhappy about it, it's your choice. Okay, if you're somebody like me, an entrepreneur, I see okay, so many opportunities out there in India. We can do so much of things, right? And I come from an agriculture background. My dad still does agriculturing. Okay, and I keep thinking about how can I copy some other things, what is there in different field to agriculture. Since I also is kind of statistician, stuff like that, so I'm also trying to see how best can I enable statistics in agriculture, which is not day to day, or which is very minimal today. Okay, mostly done by the research for people getting the doctorates or master degrees in the University of Agriculture Science. Only limited to that, not really too much in depth of that. Okay, so how about applying the skills at different places? What are the skills that you learn? Okay, what are the fundamentals that you learn? So you don't limit only to your textbooks, to your work, and wherever you get money. No, not necessary. You got to be thinking out of the box and thinking trying to solve the problems of the world. Yeah, India, the land of opportunities. Again, India, the land of problems. Yes, we have humongous amount of problems, unbelievable number of problems we have. Okay, there was a session when somebody asked me, can you have a session about, can you brainstorm about problems? I said, okay, give me 1 hour, I'm going to give you 100 problems. Why you want to a brainstorming session for that? Right? So, as an engineer, so you got to be thinking differently. Okay, you got to question the status quo and think differently. Okay, if not you, who else? You are the one who's getting certified after 4 years. Why do you want to blame a common man who's there on the world? Why do you want to blame a politician who's not an engineer, right? Who may not be an engineer? Yeah, I think now I think we are getting some engineers and doctors as well to the political scenario. Yeah. Good. Moving forward, problem solver. Okay, this is one of the must skill for an engineer. Okay, I see many engineers just maintain the status quo. Be it in the manufacturing, be it in IT, be it in a BPO, just maintain the status quo. No, you're not supposed to be doing that. You got to be improving the situation. You got to be solving the problem. What if the problem is not there? Figure out a problem. There is a problem. There is always an opportunity for improvement. I happen to visit multiple manufacturing companies. Since you got more, I understand most of your manufacturing. So I'll take a manufacturing example. A lot of people tell me that, sir, we are doing fantastic, sir. Our process are absolutely capable, sir. We are giving very less rejection to our customers, sir. How much rejection? Sir, around 2%, sir. Why 2% is not a not a value? I mean, if it is just imagine, right? If it is a 10 crore business, 2% means what? 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs of loss that you're creating, and they're happy about it. They say everything is fine. No, 20 lakhs is a good money. 20 lakhs is a massive money. How about saving it? And there are reasons why they're generating, you're generating 20 lakhs of loss today or a rejection today. How about solving that? Okay, not just that, not just a corporate one. This is one of the must tagline for engineer. You got to be a problem solver. Even if the problem is not there, you got to identify a problem and solve it. You got to figure out, you got to dig deep and identify. This will happen when you get into the details of any of the process. We have problem. We have, again, as I told you, India is a land of opportunities. India is a land of problems. Everywhere we have problems. Okay, you see when you walk along some roads, you'll see a lot of waste being dispersed everywhere. Sometimes it happen. There's no shying about it. Yes, we have this, but is what we should be doing is we should be finding solution for it. Again, if not you, who else? Okay, so start finding solutions. Start from right now. Start at your home. I'm sure you have a lot of problems at your home. Yes, we'll have. All of us have. I have. Okay. Sometimes I find I take too much of time to find something. Yes, get something. Yes. I need to fix it. I need to solve it. I'm not talking about your personal problem. I'm talking about a physical problems. Okay, so be the problem solver. This is one of the essence. This is where you score a very high in your engineering as an engineer. Okay, I've seen everybody you've grown to the top. Okay, directors, VPs, presidents, and CEOs, anybody are a good problem solver. They're able to identify a problem, they're able to solve it. And we have this problem everywhere. Okay, and don't think that whatever is given by the Western world is perfect. No, a lot of things was given by us. They're taken, they remodified, they modified to a certain level, and they're given it back to us. Okay, and if you're aware of this professional network called LinkedIn, we keep discussing a lot of parameters, a lot of new ideas. Okay, a lot of new thoughts, and a lot of times we have been forced upon some of the solutions. No, we should not be doing that. No, we should be finding the solution on our own. Okay, and if you're good at this, if all of you become a good problem solver, and all the engineers are able to solve problems in the entire India, okay, per se, I'm sure India can be a super rich country. Just imagine, right? What we are, some 2.5 to $3 trillion economy. Okay, I'm sure when you had to, like the way I give an example of 10 crore company, 2 lakhs of 2% of registration means 20 lakh rupees of money. I'm sure you're able to understand the simple maths, correct? So just do the same thing for a $3 trillion company, $3 trillion Indian GDP. I'm sure we have issues everywhere. We are not doing the efficient way that we are supposed to be doing. We are lacking us in various stages. Can you solve all of them? No, not all of you. One individual may not be able to solve all of them. But when maybe lakhs and lakhs of engineers come together and they start solving the problem, I'm sure our India will be a lot better country. Okay, and you got to be identifying this problem. For other people, there may not be any problem at all. Just give a BMTC example, right? For a common man who's been going in the bus day in and day out for decades, this is not a problem. And this is not a problem for me also. Until I looked at the numbers of BMTC, I felt, okay, this is like normal. They're doing good. They're doing good business, and they're profitable. I think everybody's happy. Then we understood, okay, the -2 crore. Who pays for -2 crore? Me and you. We pay taxes, right? 2 crore into multiplied by 365 days, so close to some 700 crore is getting is lost today, and for no reason. Okay, and if you can work efficiently, if we can find solution for that, and we government can actually save that 2 crore per day, which is lost. 2 crore per day is humongous amount of money. Talk to any young entrepreneurs and any CEOs, they'll tell you 2 crore of turnover is massive, and the 2 crore that they can fund many startups. 365 startup they can fund, right? If they can invest 2 crore in every companies. Okay, yeah, so be a problem solver. This should be one of your strengths, and you got to be doing it, and you got to be getting to your DNA, getting your blood, getting your gene, left, right, center. This is, I'll tell you, you're strong on basics, plus your ability to solve problems will take you a long way, irrespective of which team you belongs to, which field you get into. Okay, some of you may go out of engineering, may do something else totally outside the engineering purview. Still okay, but if you carry these two skills, it'll help you go a long way. Yeah. Last, but one of the most important, choose your role wisely. I think that's a full stop. Don't look at this based. I think I removed that sentence based on, there was a big paragraph. I sorry, I think I missed to remove this based here. So choose your role wisely. Okay, now you're at the beginning of your career. Okay, you figure out what works for you. What is the best thing for you? Is design is a good thing for you? As the planning is the best thing for you? Is manage or your fundamentals? Are you strong on manufacturing? Okay, or are you strong on the management? So you figure out and do what you love. So when you do things with passion, okay, nothing will become a burden. And this is, you got a choice. I mean, maybe yes, you would have been by force or by whatever the reason you would have got into engineering. Some, if not all of you. Okay, yeah, some would have just, okay, I did not get so and so seat, I just got in here. Yeah, that's okay. But it's, you still have time to choose your own passion. Okay, I want to be an electronic engineer, I could not become one, but yes, the career option opened to me many opportunities to choose my own path. Now if I look back, I feel like I think I done a right thing by not choosing career path of electronic engineering. Nothing against it, but I'm just calling out, right? So do what you love. Like, you choose your passion and follow that passion, because when a passion coupled, when your passion become your profession, the joy is different. The money is a secondary part, right? Okay, if Narayan Murthy, Azim Premji would have been running around the money rather than building having a passion to create some massive companies, okay, they would have been so successful, right? So that their passion was to build IT companies in India. Okay, their passion was to get that software skills to India, and to help so many people acquire that knowledge, and able to generate revenue for the country. Now it's the humongous opportunity out there, right? Again, they're all engineers, right? Okay, do what you love. Okay, best solutions come when you do it with passion. You don't drag your feet. If you don't like some subject, yes, that's okay, but you should be able to identify those things. Why am I telling this? I didn't do it when I was when I was going through engineering. Nobody told me this. Now you lost an opportunity to complain tomorrow. Nobody told me this, because I'm telling you today. Correct? Yeah. So, but yes, along the way, I picked up what I wanted. I understood. Okay, this is what I want. I want to be a process oriented guy. I want to be consulting. I want to help companies to make money. I want to help individual entrepreneurs to make money. I want them to succeed. This is where my passion was. I want young minds to be successful. Okay, then I build my own company around those things, and I want to be solving problems. Yes, what Mr. Anusaya has gave me was part of my introduction. I do a lot of other things as well. Of course, I not shared with them because they're all small. I mean, simple example, right? I found a problem in submitting this application to the education institutes. Okay, and I saw that there's a whole challenge in parents reaching out to the education institutes and going to the entire school and finding out the various aspects, then taking application form, then coming back home, filling out the application form, and then going back again submitting it. And this pandemic world, it's again a bigger challenge. So we found a solution around it. We said, okay, why don't we make it online? So we developed a new product called Schools. Okay, and we like doing it. So a lot of people ask me, what is the guarantee that your schools will be successful? I said, I don't know. I just love it. I just want to solve this problem. I feel, it's going to help some people, help some parents, help some kids. Okay. And if that can be done, I'm done. As I said, if Narayan Murthy was running behind money and SMC is running behind money, we would have had Infosys. Right? All of these guys had passion. Okay, all of these guys had the zeal to do something big, and they were ultra passionate. Okay, there's the Abdul Kalam says, right? Dream. You got to have a dream, and if you can couple that dream to your profession, and so that you can be passionate about it, then nothing like that. Okay, good. So this is the 5 simple tips I want to give you. I didn't want to bore you with this theoretical lecture. Just want to show you some image and just want to help you understand, help you get the perspective. Okay, and so this, I want to leave you this slide. You're the light for the world. You are. Okay, you are the light for the world. You have 4 years from now, or say 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I'm sure some of you or many of you would be solving humongous challenge in the world. Okay, and you'll be creating new things. Yes, I mean, take any field, or we as an Indians, we have our stamp there, right? First email was Sabir Bhatia was an Indian, right? Who's look at the leaders like Sundar Pichai at Google, CEO. Okay, they are the light for the world. Correct. I'm sure you can be one. Okay, not necessarily that everybody has to scale up to Sundar Pichai level. That's okay. Whatever is possible, from our end, from your end, you should go to be doing. Okay, in this entire dark world, engineers play a crucial role. Okay, be happy, be fortunate, be proud of yourself. Okay, and you got to be extremely happy that you'll become an engineer, because this is one career which I'm sure many people would have dreamt of, and many wouldn't have become. Correct. And you are in the path of becoming an engineer. You'll become an engineer for sure. Okay, maybe we can take some of the point which I just covered, the 5 points. Maybe they're going to help you become a good engineer, maybe. Okay, now I just limited to 5, not necessarily you should limit to 5. There are many other ways as well. Oh no, Srinivas who came only spoke about 5 points. I'm going to stick to the 5 point. No. Okay, I'm sure you understand this. You're mature enough to understand this. You got to be a lot of other things, like you got to be networking, you got to be detail oriented, you got to have that natural curiosity. Okay, yeah. Okay, so make your today you might be having some issues, today you might be having some problems. Okay, when you become an engineer, when you pass out, when you start working, and try to solve this problem, what you might be going to today. Okay, I'm sure they're going to help somebody in the future. Okay, yeah, be proud that you'll become an engineer. There are not many engineers in the entire India. Like the population, the percentage of engineers is very low, irrespective of what others would have said. Oh, we have one. There's always a saying, right? Okay, we have one engineer per road. So what? We have so many problems still exist. Yes, so you have humongous number of problems in India and throughout the world. Look at the current problem that we have, pandemic. Right? It's because of engineers. It's because of the technology that we have. We are connected today. If not this Zoom, somebody would develop this Zoom. If not this internet, if not this video-based communication, if not somebody would have invented this audio communication going to you guys, reaching out. I'm just sitting with my laptop. I just have my laptop. Nothing else is connected to this. I mean, maybe a Wi-Fi, but you're able to hear me. Right? Who did this? Some engineer. Right? So you have that opportunity to create something new. Thomas Alva Edison, we remember for lifelong. So you have the opportunity to create something of your own and leave a legacy of your own. So So you're the light. You want this light to be, or you want to light this to be, fused off. I'll leave the choice to you. And I wish you good luck for each and every one of you. It's pleasure, it's my honor and pleasure talking to the young minds. I hope and I wish, you would have got something out of it. Okay, maybe if you can, embrace some of these things what I just covered in last 40 minutes. I'll be fortunate that yes, I was able to make a small impact in somebody's life. Okay, thank you. And if you have any questions, please do ask me. I'm open to answer any questions that you have.
Hello, sir. Can I ask you one thing?
Yep.
Sir,
Please go
as
ahead,
a teacher, yes, sir, as a teacher, I'm being observed when I'm interacting with the students, since we are having the proctoring system. Sir, there is a complexity within the student's mind that I am with this background and I could not execute myself to the best level and I can't come up. So in such a case, what could be the motto for the students to come up with that boundary?
Well, life will going to give you a lot of opportunities, guys. Okay, you might lose one. That's okay. Door will open for other one. Okay, I mean, as I said, I was not one of the best student when I was learning, because I come from a very humble background of agriculture. When I came to Bangalore, 1997, January 1st, I think that was my second day in Bangalore. First day was when I came for CET counseling. Okay, but yeah, last 25 years, I'm able to go through multiple companies, head various divisions, including a global head of business analytics. Okay, and able to do differently. So so what changed? From not so great student. I mean, I don't know. It's I'm not trying by saying that, right? Yeah. From that to this very simple. Life give me opportunities. Life will going to throw away opportunities. If you fail one, doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't mean that you fail. You got to be putting your best effort for sure. Okay, once you do that, I'm sure whenever the life give you opportunity, start embracing that. Whatever the opportunity that comes to you. I'll use simple example I give you. Okay, I work in a field called Lean Six Sigma. Okay, and I was taught this Lean Six Sigma when I used to work with this company called Bosch. The trainer, who taught us Lean Six Sigma, from ISI, Industrial Technical Institute, they were teaching us this is a humongous field. Pay attention to this. Okay, this can change your career. This can make your life. That caught my attention. This couple of words here and there, right? And somehow I hooked onto it. I loved it, and I continued in this field. Whereas there are 39 other folks who do not continue. Right? Yeah, maybe they're not interested. That's a different story. Okay, so do not worry about any other things. Life is going to give you opportunities. Okay, and you can succeed. Yeah, did I answer your question, Anusway?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, express yourself. You got to be expressing yourself.
Thank you, Srinivas. That was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Our students are very fortunate to have such a wonderful suggestions from your side. I hope that our students are benefited. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you. It's pleasure talking to young minds, sir. I hope it was valuing for them. Yeah.
Any question from student side? Students?
You got to be asking question. That was the second tip I gave you.
Yes, sir.
Don't take this status quo. Okay, everybody silent. Let me be also silent. Okay. So what do we become good engineer?
But sir, we don't want to end up this session because it is really such a wonderful, lively program, and I feel it has given many input in our minds of the student. To overcome with the problems what they are really facing in the beginning stage, since they are the first year students, many things have to be molded up. So in that way, I think your speech has given them input to overcome some obstacles to certain extent, to come up and to do something for the rest of the years. And it was a really wonderful speech, sir. And we want to keep continue with your speech physically once all this pandemic to be get over. So, sir, really, sir, it is a wonderful and motivating speech, sir. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of management, principal, sir, teaching and non-teaching staff, faculty members, students, really very thankful, sir, from the bottom of the heart.
Thank you so much, Anasuya. Thank you so much for the management and the students of Saptagiri Engineering College, and wishing you best of times ahead. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hope I can leave now.
Madam, students 11 o'clock join where our login.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Students, please be continue with your classes, whatever engaged. Please continue with your class. I think the idea has been shared from Prakriti madam and rest of
Tomorrow.
the section students also.
Tomorrow session ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Please join for the tomorrow session with the same time. Please be continue with your class, all the students. Thank you, sir.
Jagdish sir, end ಮಾಡೋದಾ
Okay.
sir?
Okay, wind up ಮಾಡಿ. Okay.
Sir,
Wind up the
yes, sir.
session. Wind up the session.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you.